All righty. Let's get it up for Scott here. A little louder, a little louder.
Hello. Well, I am going to end this out for everyone, so drinking soon, so it's a reason to get excited. So I know it's been a lot of participation today, raising hands, and unfortunately, we're going to do it again. So I'd love everyone just to raise your hand if you are sitting there right now and saying, thank God I was not one of the people giving a speech today. Raise them high. Okay? Now I want you to raise your hands if you had to give a speech, if you feel in the first 30 seconds, you'd either be sweating or stammering. Okay, good. Well, okay. All right. The good thing is that Toastmasters can solve that. Now, what is Toastmasters? Toastmasters is an amazing thing. It's a club. It's been around for 75 years. What I want to tell you, though, is why I joined Toastmasters. Now, about a year ago, or maybe 6 months, I was taking some personal reflection. What could I do to be better? A better husband, a better dad, better at my job. So I'm lucky I have a great manager in Austin, John Engler, if you don't know him already. And if you don't know me, I'm Scott Einogler in Austin. So welcome, hello. Now, I said to John, what can I do to be better? How can I be better at what I do? And John could have went 2 different ways with it. Could have told me the truth or give me some sort of answer that didn't do anything for me. But John, as a great manager he is, told me the truth. He said, you talk a little fast and you mumble over the phone. Now, you have 2 ways you can take this. You can let your ego get in the way and say, that's not true, or I don't do that. Or you could actually take a second in personal reflection and say, maybe there's those things I need to work on. Now, I am from New York originally, so speaking fast is what we do here. And my wife does say on the phone that she can't hear me. So he could be right. So I said, all right, John, what can I do? He goes, you should join Toastmasters. I said, what is that? Sounds like I'm going to be drinking and giving speeches. Is that what it is? He said, no, check it out. So I go to a club, and it's a local clubs. There's one all over the place. And this was filled with bankers and accountants and lawyers and engineers, developers, you name it. And there were also people that were learning English for a second or third language. Just so many different groups of people. And I'm like, wow, this is awesome. And they were all inviting and nice. And I said, all right, I'm going to do it. And how Toastmasters is broken out is into a few different places. And one of the big things is, of course, speeches. So there's 3 or 4 people that are chosen. You sign up ahead of time to give a 7 to 10 minute speech depending on the goal. And you have a little booklet that tells you what your goal is, whether it be speech or tone or what do I do with my hands. No one ever knows what to do with their hands. I leave them like this, I leave them like this. So it works on different things every time. At the same time, you have an evaluator in the audience. Now, while you're speaking, it gives confidence. Knows what to say. How do I say it effectively? How do I actually use my tone in proper ways? How to use the most important thing, a pause. No one knows how to do that. And then at the other time, you have your evaluator. When you're an evaluator, it works on critical listening, actually hearing what someone's saying. I mean, how many people have dozed off in about 10 seconds what I was saying here? It happens. Your mind goes somewhere else. That has been the biggest takeaway from Toastmasters is being an evaluator. Because when someone's talking to you and you have to actually give them critical feedback on it, you have to actually listen to what they're saying, not just hear. I know when you're at home with your spouse, you kind of hear what they're saying, you don't really listen. But for this, you actually have to be able to give proper feedback. And for me, when I'm sitting there in a meeting, a lot of times when someone's talking to me, I'll be kind of thinking what I'm going to say next or how I could come back and then they're going to go here. But that's not always good because you're really not hearing what they're saying and you may not be answering their question. So what I learned to do in Toastmasters is when someone's talking to me, I'll actually repeat what they're saying back to in my head. So the only thing I'm concentrating on is what they're saying. What that does for the speaker, it makes them feel validated, that you're actually hearing what they are saying to you and answering in a proper way. At the same time, it allows you as the person that's giving feedback to take a second. A lot of times when you're in a meeting, you think you have to answer right away. But it works so much better if you actually take the question, sit there for a second, really think about it, and then give an answer. It actually shows you that you actually cared what they're saying, and actually you're going to answer their question and not just some BS that sometimes salespeople do. Now, for an evaluator also, management skills. If you're going to be a manager, you have to give constructive feedback to your people. You have to be able to actually tell them what they did well, what they need to work on, how they can improve. Those things are all important for your career, wherever you want to go. Now, for me, it's been a really good experience because it's been allowed me to grow as a speaker. It's given me better self-confidence. It's allowed me to understand the things I do wrong and how to work on them. When I was given this task to give this speech, I emailed my group and said, hey, I got to give a TED Talk to my entire company, and I got no clue what I'm going to say. I'm going to work on a speech. I want feedback. I got 50 pieces of letters after giving me feedback on my speech. Now, it was a mess at the beginning, but they helped me, and it was just a really encouraging thing to be. And it's a safe environment for you to go up there and make an entire fool of yourself because everyone's there to make you better. Another part of the Toastmaster experience is what I love it. I've won contests in this. It's called Table Topics. An individual, as a supporting role, is called the Topics Master. Now tell me who would want to do that for the day, at being a master. And that Topics Master goes up and asks a random question. And you have 1 to 2 minutes at the top of your head to answer that question. It's scary, like, what am I going to say? But you know what it helps on for so many different ways? Let's say you're in a meeting with your boss or in a meeting with a customer, and you prepared yourself, you wrote your questions, you know what they're going to answer you, and you're all ready to go. And then out of left field comes a question that you just were not ready for. What do? Do you freeze? Do you sweat? Do you stammer? But with impromptu speaking, you can think on your feet. You can actually be able to take in what they're saying quickly and come up with a response that's meaningful and not just stammering on. It's an amazing experience for everyone, and Toastmasters is something that help you with all sorts of things within your company. Now, we can either sit here and talk about it, or we can see live in action. So our lovely friends at Live Intent gave me 2 envelopes for each individual that's going to help me right now. Now, it could be money, it could be a gift card, it could be a free hug from me. I am in Austin, Texas, so you don't get those too often. But I need 2 that are brave, that will raise their hand and come up here and show you what a tabletop is live. I want an exec also, come on. Who's going to be the daring exec to come up here and show what's up? You want to be Matt? You don't get the envelope, though. All right, Matt's going to come up. Right there. Come on up. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Rockin'.
All right, so you're going to have 1 minute. Let me get out my trusty clock. To answer this question. Live Intent next year decided to do a talent show since bands are done this year. And you have a talent to perform. It cannot be singing. What will be your talent next year? Go.
Oh, I'm supposed to just randomly talk about it. Wow. I'm not very talented, although I do talk a lot, so I'm gonna fall back to that. So I think I could probably do a damn good jig. I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with the jig. I'm familiar with the jigsaw, so maybe it wouldn't be so great. But yeah, talent is maybe not my, that's why I'm not in the band. I think Dave would probably, I guess guitar would have been the easy one for you because you're not singing. Yeah, for me, I think dreaming, hallucinogenic optimism, not giving up. But how do you demonstrate that as a talent?
10 seconds.
8 seconds. All right, I'm out of time. Motivational speaking, thank you.
You know what, though? That was awesome. Because you went with it, and you went wherever you wanted to go, and that's what you can do with the table topics. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Dan, by the way. Dan, by the way.
Scott, pleasure. All right.
I'm new. Hello, everyone. Dan DeFilippo. I'm the new director of sales development. So those of
That's
you
what
that
I
are on
like.
my team, hello.
That is daring right there. All right, Dan.
I start in 2 weeks-ish.
Well, Live Intent is also a big initiative for new things, and they are coming up with a new thing called Get With Nature. They send you for 6 weeks on a deserted island. There's no Wi-Fi, there's no internet, there's no phone anywhere. You're allowed 3 home cultures that don't make you feel nice. What would those be? 3 things you could bring.
Can I have the other question?
Nope.
Because I got lots of talents.
Go with it. Go wherever you want. That's a great thing about Table Topic. Answer my question or just talk.
Okay, so what 3 things am I gonna bring?
Yeah.
This is gonna be cheesy and cliche. Bringing a good friend.
That's a good one.
I'm gonna bring a good book. I'm gonna bring, trying to think of Naked and Afraid. I'm gonna bring a hatchet of some kind to survive, and
You already ruined all your 3.
this is terrible.
That's all you got. You got a hatchet, a book, and a good friend.
And a stuffed animal.
You got 15 seconds left.
Oh, I can bring more stuff?
Or you could just,
Can I bring you?
you could bring me.
No.
I'm pretty resourceful.
Yeah, I'll bring my
you good.
guitar.
You did
Perfect.
the full minute. Thank you so much. We'll get for you. You can go in there.
You have this cool little thing. That's it.
See, that was Table Topics. You can go anywhere with it. That's the great thing. You don't know what you're going to say? Talk about anything. Now, one last question. If Live Intent said to you, we're going to open up our own Toastmasters here in New York City, or give you the opportunity to join a group outside of Live Intent, raise your hand if you'd be interested. Amanda, I think we have our answer. Live Intent is going to have their own Toastmasters group or just coming to New York City. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.